Hey everyone, we've reached the end. Welcome to day 29 of Math 133. And this is our last class before the final. And if you're taking the final at the testing center, then that means this is the last class with me. So, um, yeah, today we're going to be covering the sample final exam. We've actually done a lot of the sample final exam already. So Cindy and Elaine, they worked on it with you guys, and they're going to work on it a little bit more with you tomorrow. But we're going to go through a couple pages of it today. Um, so make sure that you turn everything in by December 12th by midnight. So that is the last chance to turn anything in, and that does include the sample final exam. So if you're working on it and you're like, oh man, I don't have it complete, it's not finished, turn in what you have, okay? Because if you turn it in after December 12th, you're not going to get anything. So at least turn in what you've got, okay? Um, okay, so we're gonna start on page 611 for the sample final exam today. That's where we left off. Okay. And like I said, we're not gonna get through everything, but Cindy and Elaine, they'll cover any of the parts that we don't finish. Okay. Final exam is on Thursday if you're taking it with me in Zoom. If you are taking it at the testing center, you can take it. You might have taken it today, Tuesday, but you can take it tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday. Okay, if you take it on Friday, the hours are a little shorter. Um, I sent out a nope, that's not it. I sent out this one. There we go. So this is information about the final exam. So first of all, I'm sorry about the survey here. This survey is the wrong link. That takes you to Alana's survey. So if you were confused by that, I apologize. It says that it's for points. It's not. Don't worry about the survey. The survey is mainly just for me, so I know how many uh, tests the testing center needs to have printed off. So we're good there. Yeah, don't worry about that. That was my mess up. But for if you're taking it with me on Zoom, it's not going to be on Thursday from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. 12 p.m. is noon, or from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay, so we'll start a little bit earlier and end a little bit later. Um, it is still only 3 hours, so if you need more time than that, definitely consider taking it at the testing center. The testing center, you have a lot more time, you have unlimited time. So, um, okay. If you do it at the testing center, you can bring your laptop with you, not your phone. Um, so even if you bring your laptop, I strongly recommend having your StatCrunch username and password written down somewhere because you don't want to have to rely on the cookies didn't get deleted or something. Okay. Um, you can take that. Okay, so that's not important. What's the exam like? So the exam is going to be 12 pages. Uh, okay, what can you bring? So you can bring your entire exam notes packet, which is your yellow packet, starting on page, 253. Okay. And then you can also bring all three of your Chapter 11 flow charts. So that's why, definitely want to get those filled out uh, and get those printed off. Um, so if you don't have them already, okay. So those flow charts you can have that those were part of the lecture notes. You can also have 2 pages of paper, front and back. You can have it typed or printed. The one thing we prefer is if you don't have like just copies, scanned copies of the course pack, okay? But 2 pages front and back, and that's what you can bring. Um, all right, so if you're taking it with me on Zoom, I need to be able to see your computer screen and I need to be able to see you. I need to be able to see that you're not on your phone. I need to be able to see that you're not on Google looking things up. Okay. You can be on StatCrunch, you can be on Desmos, you can be on Google Sheets, you can be on Google Docs, which is what um, the final exam is in. Okay. So if I mean, and this is all the same stuff that we did at the midterm, so you guys know what you're doing. But if I cannot see you and I cannot see your screen, so I need to be able to see your workspace and your screen. If I can't see those things, then you're not going to be able to take the final exam, which is a major problem, right? Because if you can't take it Thursday night, you're going to have to figure out a way to take it Friday at the testing center. Okay. So once I can see you in the screen, I'll send you the link. You can print it off. If you can't print it, you can just write your answers on a blank paper, okay? And then you'll submit it into Canvas within 5 minutes of leaving the exam, okay? I would ask that you please try to use the bathroom before. So it is 3 hours. I know that's a long time. So what I don't want to have happen is, you have to go take a bathroom break and then you're on your phone looking up answers, okay? And I can't police that. So I would prefer if you use the bathroom before you start, okay? Um, by the way, at the testing center, you can totally do a bathroom break. That's, not a problem. They don't have an issue with that. So okay. What else? Talked about all that. There's where the testing center is. Okay. So, just like on the midterm, when you have the final exam in front of you, it's going to be this, and you'll have a link that you can click on. And when you click on that, it's going to take you to StatCrunch, where you'll have the data sets. So definitely make sure that you have your StatCrunch username and password ready to go. Okay. And I think that's it for the final. Um, so for today, though, we're covering the sample final exam, and it's technically due on Thursday. You can turn it in Friday. Um, it'll only be one day late, okay? Um, but everything else, make sure, like I said, make sure you have stuff turned in. If you are, you know, at the point where you're like, there's no way I can get everything turned in. I'm just so far behind. Sample of final exam is probably the top priority. It's worth 200 points, so that's quite a bit. Okay. And then after that, I would definitely recommend the cumulative worksheets if you have any of those that are missing. And then after you've turned in all your worksheets, then do your projects. And then if you still have stuff missing, which would be your lecture notes, do those last. Okay. That's if you just, can't get everything turned in. Hopefully you're not behind like I am on grading. So I am sorry about being behind on grading. This fall's been pretty crazy. So I know that you guys are studying for the final. So if there is a particular worksheet that you're like, I really need this graded so I know the answers so that I can study for the final, just reach out to me on Remind, shoot me a message, and I'll make it top priority to get that done. Okay. I have until Monday to get all of my stuff turned in, graded. So, but I know you guys are getting ready for the final. I know you guys, I want to try to give you the best chance of passing. So, like I said, if there is something that you plan on studying off of, just shoot me a message. Okay. Um, if you're watching this on the recording, and you're not actually on the Zoom, then there is no discussion board, so you don't have to attend class. I mean, you definitely need to attend the final, do that. But yeah, so okay, that I think is everything. Now, if you're in Canvas here and you click on the sample final exam, it'll bring you to this page where there is a link. When you click on this link, it'll bring you to this worksheet that has all the different links that we've been using throughout the class. And if you scroll all the way to the bottom, our very last thing is the sample final exam. And if you click on that, That'll bring you here to StatCrunch. So we've got some data in here that we're going to be using for tonight, okay? I'll drop the link for that in the chat so you don't have to go and search for it. So there you go. Okay. I think that's all the announcements and stuff. So we're going to start on page 611, and I'm going to stop the recording and